Hello again. I've been following with fascination the latest Black Lives Matter protests, which followed the shooting of a black man in Ohio who's called Jayland Walker. These have, as is so often the case with such things, turned into rioting, looting, and arson, leading to the imposition of a curfew in the city where the man lived. I thought that in the interest of saving lives and perhaps preventing future riots, I would give some helpful advice to people generally and black people in particular. I say this because the advice I am about to dole out will not be needed by the great majority of white people who already know the principles of which I am speaking. It seems so that certain communities do not really grasp how to avoid being arrested, beaten up or shot by the police, and it is in the public interest that everybody learns these few simple rules. Jayland Walker would still be alive to this day if only he had remembered to follow these simple tips. The first thing to remember is that if the police call upon you to stop your vehicle, then it really is a good idea to do so at once and without making them race after you with their sirens on. That just makes everybody irritable and bad-tempered. The police indicated that Jayland Walker should stop his car, but instead he accelerated away and tried to escape. This is a terrible idea. Trying to outrun the police is a bad idea, but not as bad as what Jayland Walker did next, which was to shoot at the police with an automatic pistol. This really is a rookie error. I've travelled the world and lived in various countries, but in even the most relaxed and easy-going nation, discharging a firearm at or even near the police is likely to bring down trouble upon your head. I've actually seen this play out in real life. And on the occasion when I did watch this, in Istanbul in 1978, the result was a perfect fusillade of shots aimed at the man who had opened fire, with, I have to say, predictably lethal results. Don't do it. Here's a handy tip. Leave that ski mask at home at night unless you are actually planning to go skiing in the dark. This is unlikely in an Ohio city in July, of course. Anybody wearing a ski mask at night while driving a motor vehicle is bound to attract the wrong sort of attention from the police. It makes them wonder, you see, what you're up to and why you're so keen to conceal your identity. When Jayland Walker was stopped by the police at night, he was wearing a ski mask, which can be seen in the body cam footage released by the police. Most of us know that this is a bad idea. It's got nothing to do with race. Although I'm an old white guy, I guarantee you that if the police saw me walking about late at night wearing a ski mask in the middle of summer, they would stop me and ask what I was up to. The next rule should be so obvious as not to need mentioning. Follow the instructions of police officers, especially if they have guns in their hands. You can always take legal action later or make complaints, but do as you are told during a stop and search. Remember how George Floyd kept wriggling out of the police car and refused to do as the police asked him? That didn't end well, as I recall. Finally, if you have been shooting at police officers, trying to outrun them on the road while wearing a ski mask, then whatever you do, don't stop your car suddenly, leap out and, ignoring calls to halt, run off into the night. It is especially important that you don't start scrabbling around in your belt as you do this, as though you might have a firearm concealed about your person. It does seem to be the case that foolish and ill-considered behaviour of this kind leads African Americans into trouble in the United States more so than white people. I doubt that police racism is a factor here, As I say, if I as a white person carried on like that, I would soon be in a pickle myself with the police. We see similar things in this country, of course, as well. I'm bound to say that I think that people who do stuff like this and try to outwit the police are embarking upon a very hazardous course of action, and when, as so often happens, it ends badly, then they really are the architects of their own misfortune.